It is your boy Lucas here with another album review. Today we are going to be checking out an album from Stone Sour called Hydrograd, which sort of sounds like a Pokemon, which the guys from Rocked YouTube channel pointed out. Definitely check them out, they do great reviews there. Anyway, moving on. The last time we heard from Stone Sour was in 2015 when they released the second of the two double albums that they did, and a lot of changes have taken place since then. The guitarist Jim Root is no longer in the band. He was having conflicts with people in the band. He said that some of the guys in the band only cared about making money, and that's not what he was about. Which Jim Root is also in Slipknot recording, and Stone Sour is kind of like their mainstream band, I guess, mainstream project, I guess you could say. And I mean, Jim's been on all the albums up until this one, and the new guitarist who replaced him is Christian Martucci, which is like, kind of sounds like John Petrucci, but not quite. And apparently Taylor said that he was the biggest spark on the album. They were praising him since Jim left. And you can hear him all over this album. He solos quite a lot on the album, and the riffs are really cool. I'm assuming he wrote those riffs, and they sound really good. Now, leading up to this album, there was some drama because everyone's favorite Chad from Nickelback was feuding with Taylor. He basically called Stone Sour Nickelback Light, which is not true. Stone Sour is way better than Nickelback. Stone Sour actually plays and makes good songs, unlike Nickelback. So here we are. We have the album Hydrograd. Now let's jump into it. Now, use of the very first track, it's kind of like a little intro opener. It's only 2 minutes. And then after that, we have Knievel Has Landed, which is one of the singles they released. And then we have Hydrograd title track, which Hydrograd is really good. Song number 3, which is actually number 5. It's not actually number 3, which is kind of disappointing. Fabulous is one of the first singles they released. This one's really cool. It actually has a Slipknot feel to it. This album is very weird because the top half is very commercial. Once you hit Saint Marie, which Saint Marie is basically, it's like a country song. The top half of this album, you have 15 tracks, but the first 10 or so are very kind of commercial. They're not formulated commercial songs, but they're kind of like, you know, hey, look, I'm a rock band, like me type of songs. But the bottom half of this album is where it really shines. Sorry if things look a little different. Camera battery died. Anyway, as I was saying, the bottom half of this album is where it really shines. Once you get past Saint Marie, which I feel like that's their crossover song, they maybe feel like they can get some like maybe country radio play with that. It's their softer ballad, I get it. They're trying to make money. Once you get past that, Mercy, Whiplash Pants, Friday Nights, and Somebody Stole My Eyes. All these songs are really good. They have a heavier edge. They're a little bit more aggressive than the songs that are up top, and they're really good. These are the songs that I really think that are really cool. Now, When the Fever Broke, this song I don't like it at all. It's very slow. It's drony. It kind of sounds like an electronic tribute to When the Levee Breaks, sort of. I don't like this for a song that ends the album. They should have put one of like Friday Nights or something like that at the end, so that way you could send the album out with a bang. So how do I feel about this album? This album is very interesting because it's a very good bridge album. And what I mean by bridge album is these are the type of albums when you're with people who don't necessarily like metal or anything like that at all. They don't like screaming lyrics. You can put this on and they'll like it, but they won't be put off by it. So it's something you can both enjoy. It's very good for that. A lot of smart people wrote this album because it's a radio rock album without being a formula radio rock album. So the songs aren't stuck into a formula and just spit out to make money. They're cool, they're original, but it's still slightly commercial, so that way a mass majority of people would actually accept it, unlike Slipknot, for example. And I think that the album is very great in that regard. So if I'm listening to the radio and a Stone Sour song comes on that's not from 2006, I would enjoy listening to these songs. If it came on the radio, be like, oh cool, it's Stone Sour, let's listen to it. As far as keeping this in my regular rotation, I don't know if I will or not. The top half of the album does not grab me at all. It feels rather boring to me, but I don't necessarily spend that much time in this genre to begin with. I mean, I do like rock and hard rock, but I kind of spend my time elsewhere. So, judging the album based on for what it is, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It delivers on many different fronts. It has cool solos. It has good balance. The mix is good, but I absolutely cannot stand the kick. It almost sounds like the kick on the latest Metallica album, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. That kick was absolutely atrocious. That was the worst part about that album. The kick on here is kind of borderline in the same way, but it's not quite as bad. Overall, the album is good. It's balanced. You have your ballads, you have your regular rock songs, you have your harder rock songs. It kind of serves a purpose to many different people who like different things. And like I said, for that, I like that it does. Now, what did you think about the album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you glad Stone Sour's back and kicking butt? Like I said, I think this album is pretty good, considering all things. Considering compared to Nickelback's album, this album is like God tier, and that other album is trash. Because they actually tried to make good songs and played up to their potential, unlike Nickelback. Anyway, let me know what you thought about this album down below in the comments. As remember, you have to be out. Peace.